distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Going to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. 7 yards there and a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Wilson's throw taken in by Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Pardon me, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Gallup has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Flushed out right. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
first carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And some room to work. 20. Oh, nice move. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Alton Robinson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Throwing now is Lance. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Lance now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the... Return, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, it's Lance. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Now Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll run here with Henderson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. On play action, Lance. Touchdown! That's caught. Jacob Harris, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Slide for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
14, Seahawks, nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Now left side on the swing pass. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 2nd down. Bonds. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. On 1st down, Bonds. He hits Adams, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, and he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Operating from the gun, Bonds. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bonds. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Second down. Here's Mostert again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Lance now on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here, second and a few inches.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Once again, it's Mostert. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lance. Touchdown 49ers. Jalen Hurd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0.
Seahawks nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. They go play action here on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds Taylor, complete, and out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Let's go. Hiking 18. 54. Let's go, D. Big series right now.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Lance looking to throw it. Buying time to his left. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bonds. Flush to his right. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And he'll have another 1st down as he gets out of bounds as well to stop the clock. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Pass complete to Taylor. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8. And defensively, they'll say you can have that. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back 1st down pickups. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And they're going to get another 1st down here up at midfield. One final shot. They'll look to throw. They'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when